Hi guys, it's Richárd here again, back with some more Royale chess action. As you can see, I'm entering the app, and today we are going to play some blitz chess against the users. So as you can see, I'm going to click play. As you can see, I settled for a different chess set, and I am playing black against Enrico, and he plays knight c3. Alright, so I'm going to play d5. So as you can see, I settled for a different chess design. I like these pieces very much. Also, the contrast of the colors is kind of visible. It gives the whole thing a nice, for me at least, a nice visual experience. Okay, he plays h3. It's obviously a bad move. I don't know what to do. I should maybe go for immediate attack with d4 or just develop. I actually am going to attack the knight immediately with d4. So yeah, of course this is a bad opening that he played, but since I am black this game, I cannot claim such an initiative just yet. He retreats with the knight. I'm going to take some more space with the pawns. And g3, yeah, g3. He would like to fianchetto with bishop, which, as you can see, due to my pawn movements, would have a very nice diagonal. There is nothing that potentially can block its way. Okay, I'm going to play queen to d5. This move is a bit is a very ambitious move, so it's a bit tricky. Let's put it this way. I'm attacking the rook on h1, but also, and there is a mistake. As you can see, I enable the function to show whenever one of my pieces are attacked. So as you can see, after e4, my queen is lightning red. So in case I would not see, I would not be aware of this, the app shows me like my queen is under attack. But no worries there. I'm going to move it. Actually, I'm going to capture with the queen on e4 as a check. So now I'm going to capture the rook the next move, because it's kind of a fork. As you can see, I'm hitting the rook and the king with one move, and there is no way to protect both of them. Queen e2 is probably the best possibility, since he's potentially preparing a counter attack on the e5 pawn, but I don't believe it should be that deadly, so I'm just going to take the rook. Yeah, you can see while waiting that I'm playing a bit slowly. He gave me a check, and this is very funny actually, now that the app is highlighting all the potential striking points for his queen. However, it's important to add that the b7 pawn, as you can see, I'm with my mouse, I'm moving it, it is protected, right? So it's possible to be captured, but I am protecting it, so I don't have to worry too much about that. So I'm going to just develop my knight, and this way I protected also my pawn on e5 in the middle. This is a very harmonious move. And now he also has an extra problem, if you will, that the g1 knight, which is next to, close to his king, right, has only one square to e2, which he went for. But in this scenario, after I'm putting my bishop to h3, and my h1 queen is pinning his bishop, so he cannot capture it, and otherwise it's very hard for him, if not impossible altogether, to protect the bishop on f1. He goes back to g1. Again, you can see the app is helping me a little bit that my bishop is being under attack, so but I don't worry much about that. I just take the knight. And the pin is again alive. He cannot move his bishop because of his king being under attack, and I just collected some more material. I would expect the game to finish pretty quickly from here on, so let's just see. Of course, let's just see how quick it will be. Also, I have to be a bit aware of the time situation. I'm going to cancel now. I have to be a bit aware of the time situation because, of course, with all this talking, I played a little bit slowly, so that might be kind of a threat. But yeah, I believe my attack on his king should prevail. He played a4, and now you can see, prior I make my next move, you can see that his queen is the only piece that is defending his bishop on f1, and it is therefore a key element of his defense. And I'm going to use that and create a miscommunication. So I play d3, and as you can see, I kind of blocked this diagonal, which the queen was protecting the f1 bishop via, and now the next move is going to be taking on f1. Yeah, he takes with the queen, but that's, I can just capture it. That's why my rook on d8 was also very important. And I believe it's going to be checkmate on the next move. He played before, and queen takes bishop, check, and fireworks. Yeah, I love it. So I got some extra coins, I got some stars. And as you can see, I could add my opponent to be a friend here. Under his icon, there is this friendly mark. Or I could go to rematch him, which I'm not going to do because I would like to give the possibility to further users as well to play me. But I could rematch him, and as in case he would like to, or he would maybe like to learn from his games, I could click the analyze icon, just click it for a sec, and once I click the analyze icon, you can see that the game is there highlighted, and I could analyze it with an engine that would approximately, you can see, highlight the moves and give this very easily understandable remarks like which move is great, and this like for instance here with a 8-3 asleep, so it's not that precise, for instance, from his point of view. And I believe, let's say, e4 was a big mistake. Yes, he says e4 2 question mark, which is for us chess professionals means like it's a really serious error. It's a big mistake. It's a blunder. So the app says e4 is a blunder. You can really learn from this, I believe. And not last but not least, you can also export the game to PGN, which in case you're a professional player and you're using some chess softwares, it's very useful, or it might be very useful for you. Alright, so this is just a quick side note. Let's play some more, I believe. Okay, I got some coins to my safe, which I like. The safe, it looks very cute. And alright, and let's play. Okay, let's raise the stakes and let's hit the New York area where I have 150 golden coins with a possible reward of 300. So, and I'm playing Bianca from Argentina. And I'm playing the black pieces again, and I presume she goes for g3, which is quite funny because I believe it's called the Hungarian opening, which is just a side note. I play d5. I believe she should normally play bishop to g2 or knight to f3. She goes knight to f3. I myself play like this sometimes as white, so I'm quite familiar, and I'm going to play knight to c6, which is well, kind of an ambitious move. I'm trying to occupy the center immediately. Bishop g2, I play e5. So far nothing extraordinary happened. And d4, yeah. D4 is actually also a very ambitious move by white. As you can see, the app is again highlighting me. In case I wouldn't see that the pawn is under attack, I play d4. Of course, it's not making such a difference for me that pieces are being highlighted with red. But yeah, for some of you it might be a serious improvement. And she sent me a sticker as well. Actually, I believe she just blundered, so I'm going to send her something funny. Well, I don't know what to send her. I will send her this king sticker and play g5. As you can see, the knight, her knight is having nowhere to go, and my pawn is going to capture it. Fun fact is that you could see the bishop, her bishop on g2. Is taking the knight's natural place there, so it's because of that. Bishop takes and queen takes, and now I'm just very comfortable with the piece. c3, okay, let's just develop maybe bishop to e7. Later on I can again attack the knight once I move my queen. Bishop f1. You see, actually, that was I was referring to earlier on, that the bishop was blocking the knight's general path to retreat to safety. Play e3. Yeah, so knight g2, but I'm going to play e3 since the king, I'm going to target the king, and this f2 pawn is usually the weakest link because only is protected by the king. So every time when you have a possibility to go after the f2 pawn, and therefore go after the king, I think it's wise to grab it, especially in speed chess or yeah, queen b3, and I'm just going to take the pawn on f2 with a check. So let's see whether white is going to recapture it or just move the king. Yeah, king d1. So now my pawn on f2 can also become an asset. I'm just going to develop my knight. As you can see, these dark squares around the king. The e3 square, for instance, is kind of fixed, so why not to bring the knight closer to that area. Knight f3, and it's very nice again from the app that is highlighting in case I fall asleep or something, that you know there's still some danger left. Your queen is under attack, but I'm going to move my queen just a little bit backwards, just one square to be precise. So now it's out of danger. e3. Yeah, like I said, the e3 square is crucial, so white would like to block it. However, it doesn't improve things that much. I'm going to attack the e3 square regardless. And unfortunately for white, unfortunately for this user named Bianca, white cannot protect on e3. So knight d2, I'm going to capture knight takes e3 with a check. I believe king c1 or king e2. Yeah, I believe king c1 is more natural. And after king c1, after king c1, what to play? That can be potentially deadly. I think just to develop the bishop, maybe to g4. Why not? So as you can see, I'm attacking the knight and potentially creating some troubles there. Yeah, bishop b5. Pinning my knight. You can see it's highlighting with red by knight, but actually knight is being protected, right? So it's just more like just in case, just a reminder, like you know, guys, this is a possibility rather than every time a serious threat. But yeah, I wanted to castle here, but actually it's not that clear what's the follow up there. So maybe the best move is to try to exploit this pin with knight to c4. By the way, yet again, I am a little bit slow here. I have only 22 seconds left. Bishop takes knight. I will take back with the pawn. So yeah, I have to speed things up because there could be trouble. Rook b1. Yeah, and now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to take this knight on f3. And as you can see, my queen on h6 is pinning the king on c1. Rook to d1. Of course, white is close to white position is close to collapse. And now I'm going to promote the pawn to f1. It's a queen. I must look for another queen. And as you can see, in case the rook was gonna capture the pawn on f1, I'm going to give queen takes the knight, and it's checkmate. Okay, queen b8 is kind of a desperate try. I can just take with the rook. Although I spent a second on it, so as you can see, it could have worked. And now this is checkmate, just on time with 4 seconds. And there we go. Alright, I think it's best to go for another game. As you can see, I challenged her for a rematch, but the opponent is okay. Let's try something else. The opponent was not responding quite yet, so let's go for another league maybe. Alright, enjoying the game. I will just fix this for the sake of the video. Okay, alright. As you can see, and let's go to this Delhi area where I'm playing with Mr. Alberto, and he plays h3. Okay, I'm going to play e5 and c3. So it's kind of a Caro-Kann defense, like e4, c6, but he has an extra h3 there, which is okay, not entirely useless, right? Let's put it this way. So I'm going to take the center regardless of these developments. I believe d4 is a strong move, but there are also other options for white. Well, I got a check. As you can see, my if I would try to play something like knight f6, I just tried it, it wouldn't be allowed by the app. So that's the beauty of it for beginners, that you can actually keep track of what's really going on. You don't have to worry like you're going to make an illegal move or something, because the app is taking care of you and letting you know, especially if you put this blunder check where everything is shown whether if something is under attack. G3, and let's just keep on developing. Knight goes to f6. Yeah, this is a setup what I played, which I would recommend for all the players out there who are let's say unskilled or new to the game, just to put the knights this way and potentially try to put the pawns to the center squares, because as you can see, I have much more squares to maneuver my pieces due to this additional space that I've gained. Knight f3. Okay, it's a really suspicious move, so I'm going to take the knight with e4. So as you can see, okay, he sent me this very funny sticker, which I would not comment on. Knight h2, and as you can see his position, he has these holes thanks to his pawns, right? So the square on f3, which is close to his king, and d3, the light squares are having these holes, meaning that no pawns can protect them, and therefore after I bring my knight in the middle of the board, I'm going to be having pressure over both of these central and actually very important squares. So the queen retreats to d1, and now I am going to play h5, h7, h5. h5 is a move I like to play generally. It's a flank attack, right? So I'm not playing anymore in the center, I'm playing on the side of the board, but I'm creating a kind of I believe I'm creating kind of a confusion on that side. And he plays queen to c2. All right, I'm going to push this pawn as well, c5. So as you can see, I'm just gaining space while my opponent is just moving pieces. And at the end of the day, yeah, queen retreats, and I'm going to play c4. And at the end of the day, it's very important to have space for the pieces that you are maneuvering with, right? They need to have to be able to play with their best abilities. So f4, I'm going to give this check. I believe he's going to capture my knight. Oh no, surprise. Okay, king e2, and now, since this move was a bit surprising, I'm going to play queen to c8. So now, as you can see, I'm attacking on h3 with my bishop, and I have a hidden idea as well, but how to play for that idea, right? You have to wonder about that. Okay, I'm going to play for a little gambit, a little trick here. I'm going to play knight to g4, which seemingly is a sacrifice. I'm going to send him a sticker, just I don't know which one to send. No, he made a move already. I couldn't. I will just take the knight, and then I will send him the sticker. Send him mistake. I sent back the sticker right away. And now is a time. It is the little idea which I've talked about. So as you can see, my knight on d3, this knight here is dominating. Oops, I made a mouse slip, as you can see. Okay, I'm kind of new to this. Is dominating the game, so this was a mistake by me. Okay, what can we do? I'm going to put it back. It was dominating the game, and actually his king is kind of trapped. And now he avoided my idea. Well, this is what happens when you are explaining too much and yet being kind of unskilled with your own phone, as I am. Alright, what can we do? I attacked the king side at the meantime. Bishop takes knight, and now I believe I'm going to recapture the knight with this pawn, attacking the queen. And while the queen is going to move, I'm going to capture on the king side, because as you can see, he has no pieces left on the king side, so that is a weakness for him. Pawn takes pawn, and on the king side, as you can see, his queen side is very safe, but and yeah, this move is also possibly a mistake of some sorts of technical mistake. Yeah, sometimes this happens, but it doesn't change much. I'm going to capture the rook regardless. No mercy for my opponent. And as you can see, so on the queen side he's very solid, but on the king side, however, I just simply destroyed his forces, and now I have the possibility to promote to a queen and to checkmate him in the next move, and I'm going to do that. So I promote the pawn. He's going to protect with the bishop, and then there is a checkmate in one, which I can spot immediately. Queen to f3. And this is a game set match. This is checkmate. Well, and I'm collecting the coins, of course, as you can see. This time I want 1,000 of the coins, and also 12 of these cups, and 8 golden stars as well, just for fun. I will show you this during the analyze of the game, just as a quick thought. So once you click analyze here, okay, you have to wait a bit till the machine does its calculation. But once it's done, you can see that queen d1 and h5. He's claiming to be a mistake. Of course, it's objective. My position is very nice, so I don't think that this move is too big of a mistake. But yes, possibly I could have played a better move. And as you can see in this position, I played knight c5, which is a very serious mistake, and right away the computer tells me what I could have done instead, which I wanted to do. Bishop checking, oops, I cannot play it, bishop checking the king, as you can see here, bishop checking the king, and in case he captures with the pawn, so bishop g4 check, and in case he captures with the pawn, queen takes g4 is mate. So this was my original intention, and I tried to do the same, but then my opponent very skillfully prevented this by retreating the king here.